This was certainly not what I expected from my trip in Tanzania. After almost 2 weeks of backpacking for this beautiful country, my friend Saskia and I decided to take a quick break on our way up north in Lushoto, a small mountain town in northern Tanzania. Saskia was planning to hike Kilimanjaro and I was on my way to Arusha, and Lushoto was just a convenient stop on the way. Little did I know that this part of the trip will become one of the most memorable experiences I had in Africa. Yo guys, what is up? I hope you're all doing great. We made it to Lushoto last night. As you can see, the surroundings is completely different, very green, and also I'm wearing long sleeves, which I always do here to cover up myself, but not to cover up myself anymore, to stay warm, because it is actually 19 Celsius degrees here right now. Lushoto is a town located in Usambara Mountains in northern Tanzania, and it took us about 6 hours to get there by bus from Bagamoyo. So Saskia and I just made it to the bus station. This is what the bus station looks like. This is the waiting area, and I think the bus is gonna come here. That's not our bus, it's a different bus. The bus ride was actually very comfortable. The bus was nice and spacious, and even though there was no AC, it didn't bother us at all because the weather up here in the mountains is definitely much cooler than it is by the coast. So we made it to Lushoto and we're currently waiting on the owner of the place where we're staying to come and pick us up. Can you hear the roosters and cows? It seems like roosters and cows are talking to each other. Anyways, this is my path to breakfast. We're staying a bit outside of the main center of Lushoto, and it's so green here. Yesterday when we arrived, we saw monkeys just casually playing in the trees here. So it's a very cool place. I love these roosters. It's like really a vibe when they do it, right? And they didn't even do it that early. At least I didn't hear them. No, weird. Smart roosters. Did you hear the cows though? No. Because it sounded like cows were answering. At least that's how I interpreted it. Since we only had one full day in Lushoto, we decided to hire a guide for the day.
That means a modern.
Modern? Modern waterfall, and go on a hike to see some of the most beautiful spots in the area, including Kisasa waterfall, which turned out to be probably the most beautiful waterfall I have ever seen in my life. Oh my god, look at the view. Yeah. So our hike has just begun. We are here with our lovely guide Richard, who's gonna show us around and take us for the hike to Kisasa waterfall. Is similar to Kisasa, that's how I remember it. And the hike to the waterfall itself is gonna take us an hour, but the total hike of the day is gonna be around 5-6 hours. If you're wondering if hiring a guide is necessary, I would say yes, because I haven't seen one single sign this whole day, so we would have never been able to find all these places we got to see that day on our own. I'm also not used to having private guides, so I was also asking myself the same question, is it really necessary? That's not something I've done in my previous travels, but I've noticed that here in Tanzania, it's quite common for foreign tourists to do it, and all the other foreigners we met that day, aka those 3 other foreigners we met, all had guides accompanied them.
It is changing the color slowly. If environment not friendly, it is changing the color quickly. We say hakuna matat.
What does hakuna matata actually mean?
No problem.
No problem. Hakuna matata. Hakuna matata is a Swahili phrase that you might know from Lion King, and our guide kept repeating it, and I thought it was really cute. But as I later found out, apparently it is not that common to use it in Swahili, or at least not in that context. And a lot of guides or just people who deal with tourists, they say it because, well, they know that tourists know this phrase. So I just found out something crazy. I cannot believe that I didn't know that before. But you know how hakuna matata means no problem in Swahili, and Simba means lion. So all the names in Lion Kings are actually Swahili. I can't believe that I didn't know it. I mean, I don't know. I just never thought about it. To be honest, like, I've never been a big fan of Lion King, or yes and no, but I just always thought it was like way too sad. Oh, I see bananas.
Yeah.
There. Every time I see it, I get excited about it.
Okay.
What a good idea to wear white socks here in a jungle. Highly recommend it. But look at the view. So as our guide just explained to us, I'm gonna just repeat everything you said for my vlog. There are approximately 120 different tribes here in Tanzania, and they basically each have their own language and culture. And here in Lushoto, there are 3 main tribes, also each having their own language, but the official language here in Tanzania is Swahili, so that's something that connects all the tribes. What you can see here on the side is corn, and they grow corn to make their national dish, ugali. We actually tried ugali for the very first time yesterday, and it was quite nice. So ugali is basically, oh, how do I explain it? It's like, I put a picture on the screen because there is no way to explain it, but it's made of maize, and it's basically used as you would use rice or potato as part of your meal. So green. What's the main rain season here?
Main rain season it is from April and May.
I am still mind blown by how green Tanzania is. I don't know what I was expecting before coming here, but definitely not this. I think whenever I would see pictures of Tanzania, I would mainly see either safari or Zanzibar, so I just never had that image in my head of Tanzania being such a green country, and it really is. And since I got here, it actually rained quite a lot, and of course that depends on time of the year, but this is not even like the main rainy season. Oh, so this building was built by the Germans? Oh, so how old is it then? Ah. Lushoto was actually quite popular among Germans because apparently due to its climate they would come here for holidays because it was cooler here. So there are still some buildings in the center which we might see later that were built here by the Germans during colony time. Hello. How many siblings do you have?
My family, we are 8 children.
8?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a lot. Look what we found. Another chameleon.
Pole.
When you travel around Tanzania, something you'll hear a lot is pole pole, which means slowly in Swahili. And that's something they say here all the time because I think in general their lifestyle is much more calm and relaxed, and it's nice though. Like I like taking it slowly. Something that I really love about Tanzania is how women dress here. They always wear these really beautiful, colorful clothes, dresses, and scarves wrapped around their heads. And you can definitely tell that, you know, they pay attention, that they like to dress up here. Not like me with a carry-on backpack wearing the same clothes every day. We're walking through a village now, and the amount of people wearing winter jackets will never stop to amaze me. It's very hot. I'm actually like way too hot in what I'm wearing. As we were walking through the village, our guide would constantly stop to greet someone. Since he's originally from Lushoto, he knew basically everyone here, and everyone was so friendly to us, and it was just such a positive and heartwarming experience. So we're slowly approaching the waterfall. So we made it to the waterfall, and oh my god, just look at this. So far we're the only ones here. There is literally nobody else. It's so beautiful here. So we're done with the waterfall, and now we're gonna continue for an hour or an hour and a half to a viewpoint. Hello. Hi, I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Hi. Hi. Bye. Bye. There are not that many foreigners here, so I think they're curious. There are some. Lushoto is a popular destination, but popular is nothing compared to so many other places in Asia or South America where I have previously been. As you could tell, like, we were the only people by the waterfall, and like try to find a waterfall like that in Asia with no people. We made it to our second stop, the viewpoint, and it actually just rained, so it is a bit cloudy. It almost looks like we're up in the clouds. I mean, as our guide just told us, we are in the mountains after all, so the weather is very unpredictable here. Oh, Saskia, you're brave. I'm kind of scared to go on the road. Oh, and there's a little bridge that is very high up. Okay, let's do it. We've gotten that far, so I guess. Ooh. So hard to get this in a picture. Yeah. We're gonna have some lunch right here. So this is what we're having for lunch. And it's called chapat with some guacamole. That looks really good. In the beginning, when we just started, our guide told us that apparently people here are extra nice and friendly, and I was like, yeah, sure, that's what you usually say about your home. I mean, he is originally from here, but after walking through Lushoto for a couple of hours, I think we've been gone for a good 5-6 hours now, I can definitely tell you that, I mean, he was right. Like, it's true. People are actually so nice here. Wherever we're passing, people are saying hello and how are you. So I think I've almost learned how to say, I've been here for 2 weeks. I should have learned it by now. But yeah, people greet you and they say hello, and obviously, as you could see, the kids are super excited to see tourists. It's kind of a shame that this is like one of the most amazing parts of being here, but at the same time, it's one of the hardest things to film, because most of the time, obviously, it happens very spontaneously, and you know, I also don't want to be disrespectful and film people too much, I guess. But so far I can definitely confirm that it is true. People are very kind and friendly here, and they seem to have a good life here, you know? Everyone is smiling, and I think it is a more calm, relaxed lifestyle, and I think it might be an easier place to live than some of the other parts of the country that are more warm and dry, because here obviously you can grow a lot of foods and it's just a more pleasant climate. We are slowly approaching the town. The market is right there in the valley, and you can already hear it from here. As you can tell, very busy. This is what the main street in Lushoto looks like. We've got the market over there. There's bank here, and on this side right there you can actually see old German church. So we are back from the hike. It actually lasted much longer than we expected. We were gone for like 7-8 hours, I think. But it was such a good experience. If you're ever in Lushoto, I would 100% recommend you to do what we did today. I will leave the WhatsApp number of our guide in the description down below. So if you want to do the same trip we did, contact him. He is very nice. As I told you, he actually studied tourism in a university in Dar es Salaam, so he really knew so much about basically everything, plants, animals, this region. He's born and raised here in Lushoto. So it was just really such a good experience. Like my first hiking experience in Africa, 10 out of 10 definitely. And now we're gonna shower and have dinner, and it's gonna be the best shower of my life because I'm very dirty. I'm as dirty as my shoes basically. Mini update on my shoes because it just rained. I don't think my shoes have ever been that dirty before. Also, I am the kind of lamer that cares about dirty shoes, so